Okay, thank you so much. And if anyone needs the captions turned on, live captions, just put a note in the chat and Samantha can turn those on for us as we go. So thank you so much for joining us tonight at Workforce Continuing Ed Open House. We are really excited to see you here and that you're interested in taking advantage of Wake Tech, whether you're an existing student or a prospective student considering coming back. I'm Corey Blanchard Smith coming to you live from Career Services here at Wake Tech. So some people know about career services and others do not. So this session is really going to help you understand how Wake Tech wants to support you in your career journey at Wake Tech. And we can do that before you ever even enroll or if you complete a program as an alumni. We have loads of supports here for you all to take advantage of. So you can see on the screen, we have career exploration and success with Wake Tech's career services. And that's the key here is that we want you to understand we're committed to your success at Wake Tech. So even as you're trying to decide what program might be the right fit for you, or if it's time for you to come back to school, we want you to feel successful in those decisions as well. Up first, I want to give you just a really big picture of what Wake Tech's Career Services does. And in simple terms, it's anything and everything to help your career and professional development. So we really want you to see us as a support for you as you make decisions about the fields you're interested in, the classes you want to take, or what career might be a good option for you, all the way to actually landing that job or in the future landing an even better job. Maybe we help you with salary negotiation. Maybe we help you job search or get ready for a promotion. We're here for any and everything you need along your career development journey. And we do that in a few different ways. You'll see on the screen, we do offer career classes, which I'm going to spend quite a bit of time talking about tonight. We also offer drop-in services, even for our community members. You do not have to be enrolled to take advantage of those. We also support students through one-on-one appointments. And we have an online job board for our current students and alumni that helps you kind of understand what employers are looking for in our area, search for jobs, and see what events are happening. We run a lot of events in career services, typically for those who are currently enrolled in one of our programs. Okay, so the main ways that we're going to help you, and these are the three things I'm going to delve deeper into in this session, is we're going to talk about how we can help you with career exploration. And that's what I've already touched on, that figuring out what's a good career fit for you, maybe understanding when's a good time for you to come back to school, what you're willing to invest in as far as time or money goes into school. Another thing we help you with is job search assistance. So anything that might help you feel prepared for the job search. It could be writing a resume, it could be prepping for an interview, or learning how to job search. If you've been in the same industry for a long time, or if you don't have a lot of career experience, you might not know how to search for a job these days. And that's another thing our office would love to help you with. Finally, we offer pathway sessions, which I'm going to go into detail on tonight, that really kind of help you if you feel like, well, maybe I want to go into this career field, but I don't even really know what it's all about. That's one of the things I want to spend time talking about tonight so that you can really see how we can help you kind of understand a whole career field and then maybe hone in on the one that's going to be best for you. If you have any questions throughout my session tonight, please feel free to use the chat if that's accessible to you, or you can raise your hand or unmute yourself, and I'm happy to slow down, stop, go back, and revisit any topic that you might need me to talk about further. And at the end, I'll definitely leave time for questions at the end of this session. All right, let's dive into our exploration to start with. So our career exploration is a few different things. We offer drop-in labs, which that's what I was talking to you about, that are open to the community, current students, anyone can drop into those. We offer them at a lot of our campuses. So if you're not familiar with Wake Tech's campuses, we're really all over Wake County, and we offer this drop-in service at all of our major campuses. So you can pop right in and get assistance from a career coach in real time. It could be talking about what program you want to go into, what career is a good fit for you, or any topic that you think we would cover here in career services. We also do that through one-on-one appointments. And then we have career exploration courses and our pathway sessions or courses that I'm going to talk more about that really kind of help you take more of a learning standpoint to learn more about these careers that it isn't so much emphasis on you leading the discussion, like if you drop into the lab or do a one-on-one appointment, it's us teaching you about a career or a pathway career field, and you kind of can just absorb that information and then decide to make decisions from that. The career assessment tools we use most often are Focus2 and Career Coach. And if we have time at the end, I'm going to show you one of these tools so you can understand how to use it. We're going to end today's session with a visit to our website to show you just where all of these tools and resources are located so that you can feel equipped to do these actions on your own. Okay. The job search series that we talk about, I'm going to touch on this at the very end again, but the job search series are a series of courses that we offer to you online on Microsoft Teams that you can join when it's convenient for you. We typically offer them AM and PM twice a month on things like job searching, networking, LinkedIn, resume writing, interview prep, anything that's going to help you get that job. So that's why we label it the job search series. We consider these 4 things kind of like key components to you being able to find a job. And so we offer them that you can pop in and take at any time. You might take our resume writing class and then start applying for jobs and realize, okay, well, now I got an interview, but I don't feel quite prepared for that. You can come back and take our interview class. So they're available to you always every single month, and you can pop into those. They run for 3 hours on Microsoft Teams. We start them at 9 a.m. and then another one in the evening at 6 p.m. And we'll be shifting those in May to offer one at 9 a.m. and one at 1 p.m. So for those who prefer daytime options, we're going to have 2 of those running in the summer starting in May. And I'll show you a little bit more about these later on. Okay. What I want to spend most of our time on tonight are our pathway sessions, which were really built with you all in mind. So anyone who is not currently enrolled at Wake Tech, but is maybe considering what that might look like, these were built for you. So these pathway sessions were designed to really help you understand how Wake Tech can get you into a career field of your interest, because sometimes Wake Tech is so big, it can feel a little bit overwhelming, right? Because if you decide you want to become a nurse and you look at Wake Tech, well, we have a nurse assistant program, we have a licensed practical nurse program, and then we have an RN program. So that's a lot of options. How do you know which nurse you're supposed to become? Which one's the right fit for you? That's what these pathway sessions are built to do. We want you to feel equipped to not only know if this is the right career field for you and it fits your interests, talents, abilities, but also which pathway you should take to get into that career field. That's what we're really trying to do with these. These sessions only last about 2 to 3 hours. They also meet on Microsoft Teams, just like we're meeting now. So congratulations, all of you can do it because you're all already here in this session with me. So if you can join a Microsoft Teams session like this, you can join a pathway session. Like it says on the screen, it's really to help you decide if this industry or career field or pathway is the right fit for you. They're completely open and free to you. There's no charge for these sessions. We kind of think of them like an information session. So it's completely free for you to sign up for these, and you can take as many as you'd like. Some people have taken lots of our pathway sessions because they didn't know which career field they were interested in, and some people just hone in on one, and that's what they're doing with their time. It's going to be a little big picture, so we're not going to dive deep into the details of every single career that we cover in these pathway sessions, but it gives you a strong overview so that you can feel equipped to make a decision about wanting to move forward in this career field. It's considered like a starting point. Okay, so the first one that we offer is our Health Pathways to Healthcare Careers. And these are some of the programs that we talk about in this pathway session that are our short non-credit programs, meaning you could do them right here through Workforce Continuing Ed. We talk about our other curriculum programs as well, things like imaging, radiography, electroneurodiagnostics, all kinds of more advanced programs that are going to take a little bit longer to complete. We talk about those in our pathway session too. But I wanted you to see which ones are offered through Workforce Continuing Ed right now that might feel short, more obtainable, easily obtainable by you all. So the first one that we talk about is CNA and your EKG tech, EMT, phlebotomist, and central sterile processing tech. All of these are great industries within healthcare that have promising job outlooks, meaning that people are hiring in this industry. So maybe someone has told you you should go into healthcare because it's a steady job, but you have no idea what part of healthcare would be a good fit for you. In this pathway session, we'll do a little bit of career assessment where you'll actually take some assessments and learn a little bit more about yourself to know what's a good fit for you, how you could utilize your strengths in a career in healthcare. The assessments don't tend to rule out careers or rule out career fields, but they instead help you see what's going to be your strengths or what's going to be enjoyable to you so that you can find the right fit within this career field. So it doesn't necessarily, I don't want you to think you're going to take this assessment and it's going to say you should do anything but healthcare. It's going to instead tell you a little bit about yourself and how you can apply that in order to be successful in healthcare. Pick a career that's going to be right for you. In this pathway session, we talk about these career fields. We talk about their job outlook after we've gone through your career assessment, but then we also help you very specifically see how Wake Tech gets you into these programs. So we're going to go over things like how you can get into our nursing program and how that might take a little while, but did you know you could do your phlebotomy certificate on your way? You know, so things like that that people don't really know about the programs, we're going to give you that insider scoop. And we keep our pathway sessions reasonably small so that you get a lot of one-on-one questions answered as well. But again, think of this as a starting point. It's going to give you the information you need to then either follow up with us, make a decision, or maybe you want to take a more detailed course about that career field. The other pathway course that we're offering right now are pathways to IT careers. And these are another just example of some of the ones that we have in Workforce Continuing Ed that you can take in a short term that would give you some type of insight into the industry or give you kind of a leg up to get started. Wake Tech has a myriad of IT programs and it is difficult to sort through. So if you fill out an application to go to Wake Tech and you tell an admissions person that you want to go in IT, they're going to say, well, what kind of IT? And it's on you to be able to specify that and figure out which one's going to be the best fit for you. But that's hard when you don't know what all's out there. So this pathway session is going to really go into all the details within the industry of IT. We're going to go over all the different career fields that Wake Tech supports, but we're also going to help you see which one might be a good fit for you and which one you should, like which options are available to you. For example, if you have always heard that you should go into software development, or maybe in high school you took a coding class, you learned a little bit of Java and you really loved it. Well, depending on your situation is whether we're going to tell you to go into our degree offering around software development or programming, or if we're going to tell you to take a Workforce Continuing Ed class in programming, because there's different things that you can do that will help you hone those skills and get into the industry. And it's going to be very dependent on you. No one has this answer but you. But Career Services is here to help you uncover that answer. We don't expect you to be able to do it on your own, but everyone's situation, skill set, interest level is different. And we want to help you see how you can kind of sort through that in order to make the best career decision for you. So we don't want you to think we're just going to give you information and you're left on your own. We're actually going to give you this information and really dive deep and go into it. Another one that's really exciting that we have coming up are our pathways to engineering careers. Engineering, just like IT and healthcare, is so broad. You know, I want to go into engineering. Well, that could really mean anything because there are so many career fields within engineering and so many different ways that Wake Tech could get you there. That's what this pathway course is built for, too. It is offered for the first time this month in April, and we'll offer it continuously every month going forward. So these pathway sessions are offered at least one time per month. So if you miss one, don't worry, we're going to have another one coming up the next month that you can take. And we offer them continuously because we want to make sure that we're meeting your needs wherever you're at. So we know that you can enroll in workforce continuing ed programs here at Wake Tech at any point. So we want you to feel equipped whenever you're ready to make that next move for yourself, if it involves enrolling at Wake Tech or not. So these pathway sessions you can join anytime because they are offered monthly. So don't worry if you miss one, you can grab that next one. In the engineering careers, it's the same thing as healthcare and IT, where we're going to dive into what you can do in the short term. What are things that are accessible to you quickly that you could get a certificate in or a certification in and get into work? Or if you have a little bit more time, a little bit more interest, you could do a longer program and go into this industry or go into this job.
Looks like we do have someone typing in the chat, so maybe
Yes.
give me 1 second. Here we go. So Chance would like to know, can they schedule a meet with someone one-on-one after this meeting?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I'll show you how at the end. I'm going to pull up our website to show you exactly how to do that.
Perfect. And we have one other question. Looks like this is being typed as well.
Okay.
All right, they would like to know how to schedule the free sessions. I think that will be what we'll cover as well. I think that follows up on Chance's question as well. And looks like Maria is also typing. And we also have a note that we have someone in our group that is in the finance industry and working in with mortgages.
Okay. That's great. Yeah, we can talk, we can absolutely talk to you. It's really regardless of industry and how we can support you all. So I don't want y'all to worry about, I'm trying to get to the right slide. Yeah, worry about we might not have support for you if you're in an industry that maybe Wake Tech doesn't talk about or prepare quite as much. We will have that support for you as well. And I am back in now, so we're going to look at the slides and keep going. Thank you so much to those of you who answered or asked questions just now. And I'll keep looking at the chat again. So please keep your questions coming as we move forward with this.
Oh, we do have one more, Corey, if you don't mind. Manuela wants to know, does the IT pathways include C++?
You're muted.
Thank you,
I
Stacey.
transferred back to my computer. Thank you for telling me that. Yes, we will talk about C++ because that's such a baseline need in a lot of IT industries. We talk about how that's a great option to learn C++, even when you're considering different options, because it's a good base you can start with and then go into other industries. And did you say there was one more, Samantha?
No, I think we covered them all.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's go back to our slides here. Hopefully no more IT difficulties. We're gonna roll with the punches. Okay, our last pathway sessions I wanted to tell you about is a new one that's actually going to be coming out in May. We're really excited about. This one is covering education and human services. So for those people who are considering, you know, you want to work with people, but you're not sure, you don't want to work in healthcare, you're not really sure how to do it, this is the kind of pathway session for you. We're going to go over different ways that you can get into these fields and what's going to be a good fit for you at Wake Tech. Okay. All right. We also will talk about funding opportunities. So one of the things we don't do in our pathway sessions is leave you hanging. We don't want people to learn about these programs, but then not understand how to take that next step. So we always talk about which of our programs are eligible for financial aid, or if you're not familiar, which of our programs are eligible for Wake Tech Propel, which is Propel funding. I don't know, Samantha, do we have a session on Propel tonight?
I believe we do. Let me double check the schedule.
We do
Okay,
not.
if not, the link is there on the screen. It's just waketech.edu/free training. So pretty easy to remember. A lot of programs in workforce continuing ed are eligible for Propel funding, which means it can be completely free. Oh, thank you, Monica. It can be completely free for you. And so we go over that in our pathway sessions so that you can understand that that might be the most accessible option for you, because you could do this initial certificate that then you can stack some credentials on top of, transfer to a different industry or transfer to a different program at Wake Tech. And Wake Tech could fund that through our Propel funding. Wake Tech Propel funding can also cover certifications, which is really great, especially some of those certifications are incredibly expensive. So we can pop the link to Propel funding in the chat. But like I said, we go over it in detail in our pathway sessions. So you don't have to worry about doing this research on your own now. We'll be able to go over it in those sessions with you so you'll understand what's eligible for financial aid and what's not. The form is going to close this week. Yeah, so Propel funding will reopen in July. So if you ever see that the form is closed, you can't apply for it right then. They're just processing applications and then they'll reopen it soon. Okay, the next thing we offer in career services, those pathway sessions were that initial kind of like teaser, first step. Do I even like this industry? Do I even like this career field? Well, if you find one that you like, we then offer career exploration courses that are going to be a deep dive into that career, really go deep and help you understand all the ins and outs that go into that career field. And we offer career exploration courses on a lot of different topics. So we just had one running, or we have one running soon on phlebotomy. And it'll go over everything you need to know about becoming a phlebotomist, what it's going to be like to work in that industry. We also have some that our health science programs have embraced and even incentivized your attendance in those. We have some competitive programs on our curriculum side of health sciences, and some of them will give you kind of credit or an incentive for taking some of these career exploration courses, because it tells them that you're really interested in this career and you already know all about it. So if you've ever considered transitioning into dental hygiene or medical assisting or electroneurodiagnostics, that's what these career exploration courses are built for. And again, I'll show you how to look at all the offerings at the end of the session today. But that's what we want you to be able to do, is understand the ins and outs of that career field, because nothing is going to feel, worse to us or to you is when you're halfway through a program, halfway through a course, and you realize, why am I doing this? Like, this isn't a good fit for me. That's why we've built our pathway sessions and why we've built our career exploration courses, because we want you to feel really confident in the decisions that you're making. And we have these for a variety of things. It's not just healthcare. We also have career exploration courses around opportunities to work from home or interior design. We're also potentially adding soon one for cybersecurity, so you can really deep dive into that and understand what are the different fields within that one job. There's not just one job you can sign up for that is cybersecurity. There are lots of opportunities for you in that industry and in that field. So the career exploration courses are really supposed to be helping you understand exactly what's going to be in that career and really make a firm decision on if you feel it's the right fit for you. These courses can also be free. That's the benefit of them. So these courses are offered on a fee waiver model, which means if you are unemployed or underemployed, or you've been told you're going to be laid off soon, these classes can be completely free for you. So the way we look at that is a quick way to kind of understand it is if you are employed part-time or unemployed, there's a solid chance that these classes are completely free to you. And most of these classes meet either online or in a hybrid component. So you can meet via Microsoft Teams, or you might have to come to campus some, but the majority of the work can be done online. Another thing I love about these career exploration courses, particularly in our health industries, is that you actually get to see the labs that you would be in as a Wake Tech student. So you get to learn from the faculty that actually teach the programs and see the labs that they utilize. So you really understand what it would be like to be in that program. So to commit to a longer program of a year, 2 years, these career exploration courses really help you understand what that's going to look like for you. They're really built to help you either get excited about this career and how it's a great fit for you, or to understand that it's really not what you're looking for. Again, I'll just add, keep any questions coming in the chat. I'm happy to answer those as I see those come through. Okay, these are our job search series courses that I touched on earlier. We have these, they run for 3 hours. They're offered online. And the thing I want you to understand about these is that they all include hands-on practice. So you're not sitting in this session for 3 hours and then leaving with a bunch of tasks you need to do. You get to do these things while you're in the class. You're going to leave resume writing with a resume. And even though it's all online, it's built in a way to support you to leave with a product. These courses are also all fee waived. So again, if you're unemployed or underemployed, these classes are completely free for you. So you can take them multiple times if needed, or like I said early on, you can kind of pick and choose which one's the right fit for you. The LinkedIn Essentials for Job Seekers is one of our most popular courses. If you're not using LinkedIn for your job search, or you don't have a LinkedIn or know how to leverage your LinkedIn, I really encourage you to take this class, especially if it's fee waived for you, because you'll really get to work on your LinkedIn account while you're in the class. So again, you're not going to leave those 3 hours with a big long list of things you need to do. You're going to be able to do them right here in that class. Job search and networking strategies is a class I recommend for anybody who's been out of the workforce, or you, like me, have maybe been in the same job or the same employer for a while. Maybe I need to freshen up my skills. Maybe I really don't know what it's like to look for a job out there right now because I've been with my employer for, 15 years or whatever it is. You haven't had to look for a job in a while, so you might not know the most up-to-date job search strategies. You might not know which sites people are using or how to connect with recruiters, what it's like to use a staffing agency. These are all the things we go over in this class, so you can feel really confident that you understand today's market and today's climate of job searching. You don't have to rely on things that helped you years ago, or if you lived in a different country or things like that. We're going to teach you the skills that are going to get you a job here and now. And that's what we do in the job search and networking strategies class. The interview prep skills is exactly what it sounds like. It's funny to me because students sometimes don't want to take the interview prep class. And I think it's because people are afraid of taking the class just like they're afraid of going on an interview. And we have this class because we don't want you to be scared. We don't want you to be nervous or worried. And sometimes people think there's nothing you can do to prepare for an interview. And that's not the case. We're going to teach you in this class like common interview questions that you're going to be asked in some way, shape, or form, and how to prepare for those. So you never get caught off guard with a question you could have prepared ahead of time. So I always tell people, if you don't think you can practice or prepare for an interview, you are definitely wrong. And I highly encourage you to sign up for our interview prep class, because you're going to feel so much more confident when you put in just that tiny bit of practice preparing yourself for interviews. And I don't want you to think you can't take this class unless you have an upcoming interview. This is a great class to take at any point, because the skills you're learning here are good for interviewing, but they're also going to help you just explore yourself and how to sell your skills and abilities to others. So even if you're employed, the interview prep skills class could help you, because it might come time to have your performance appraisal or negotiate a salary increase. And this class is going to teach you how to talk about yourself in a way that is valuable to the employer, because that's what we need to do in interviewing. That's what we need to do in appraisal time. That's what we need to do when we're negotiating. So the class really spans further than just interviewing, because these are skills you can use in a variety of career or professional ways. Any questions on our job search series? Okay, great. All right, this is the drop-in career services that I have been touching on throughout the session. I put it towards the end because I wanted to talk about everything, but then let you know that this is one way you can get service right now. So the person who asked, can they make an appointment? Yes, you can, but you can also just drop in, no appointment needed. So here is how you drop in for career or professional development. Anything that we've talked about, if you have a resume you need to work on, if you want to search for jobs and you want some help, but you're not really sure what that help is, these are in a computer lab. So you can bring your own device or you can use one of our devices and just actively job search with a career coach right there to answer your questions, help you if needed. So, you know how sometimes when we have to do things we don't want to do, right? And job searching, writing resumes, prepping for an interview, those are some things that, you know, we're going to put off, right? We're not going to want to do those things. It feels like work, and some of us just don't want to dedicate the time it takes to do that. So if you're one of those people, dedicating some time to just drop into our labs would be a good idea, because it changes the scenery for you and it gives you more of a task and timeline to get this done. So you can come and work on your resume, you can come and job search, come and practice for an interview, and you'll have a career coach there if you need, or we can just set you up with resources and give you time and space to work. Sometimes we just need to get out of our normal spaces when we have a challenging task or something we've been putting off. So I talked about how Wake Tech serves Wake County, and we have campuses all over. You can see that here. So we have drop-in career services located in all of these locations. We will be changing this in May. So in the summer semester, some of our campuses slow down a little bit with classes. So we'll only be offering drop-in services on 4 campuses in May: Southern Wake, Northern Wake, Perry Health Sciences, and RTP. But for now, all of these locations are up and running, and you can see the different days and times that you can go visit them. And again, no reservations are needed. You can just drop in. Okay, so how do I find all of this information? All right, is there a specific campus I would have to attend depending on my desired education, or do drop-ins direct you to the specific campus? Chance, that is such a good question. And there is no specific campus you have to attend. The only time that that comes into play is if you're trying to speak to an advisor or an admissions person related to something health specific. So in our office and in career services, no matter what service you're seeking, you can get it in any of these drop-ins. So the only one that I say it with caution is if your drop-in time led you to needing to talk to an admissions person, then, and it was about health sciences, that needs to be on the health science campus. But other than that, you can go to any of these labs. It's not specific. And we built it that way intentionally. We want these services to be available to you wherever it's most convenient. So if you live near one of these campuses or work near one of these campuses, hopefully you can just drop in there, and you're very welcome. Okay, so now where does all this information live? You can take the hyperlink on the screen to careerservices.waketech.edu, or I'm going to take us there in a second, but I'll let y'all either snap a picture of this so you have the URL there at the bottom, or go ahead and scan your QR code and we'll go visit careerservices.waketech.edu. Okay. This is the Career Services website, and we have loads of information. You need information on students who graduated outside of the U.S. and want to enroll in a program. With whom can I communicate? Yeah, Maria, that's a great question. So we do actually have an office that handles our international students that you could be put in touch with. Samantha, I don't know if you can find that link and pop it in the chat for Maria, but that would be your best starting point, is right there. That's where you could get the most assistance tailored to those needs, and then they'll connect connect you with the right resource from there. So if Samantha can't get to it, I'll make sure I put it in there at the end, Maria. Okay, thanks for your question. All right, so this is the career services site. You'll see we've broken it down to your different needs, students and alumni, prospective students. If you're a community member, an employer, or a faculty and staff member. And this also uses this navigation over here on the left-hand side. So you can also navigate here or here. I want to show you before I dig in any deeper that one of the newest features Wake Tech is supporting is actually transparent salary data. So we have salary data here as a part of our strategic plan for you all to see pretty instantly what it would be like if you went into a certain major, what are the outcomes for that major. And we have it broken down by our career fields here. Let's just click business, for example. And here you can see these are the different programs that we have. And you can see if we were going to do supply chain management. Okay, so if we did supply chain management and global logistics, you get this data brought out for you right here, and you'll see the numbers are kind of entry level, 4 to 5 years or 10-year, and then you'll see a star rating. So I like this because it shows you that span. We don't ever want to just show you the high number and you think that's what you can go straight into. Usually we want you to see that middle point and that starting point, but then also this star rating over here helps you see, is that a field that is growing or declining? And the higher the number of stars, the better. That's what we want. Let me go back from there. You can use this for any of our 13 career fields. Okay, when you're on our career services site, most of the resources I've told you about today live under prospective students or community, and that's because we offer those services to anyone. So if you click community here, you'll see that these are the kind of different topics we talk about, and we have all of our courses ready. You'll see here the courses are often free. That's what I was telling you about earlier, and I'll make my screen a little bigger for you all. The courses are often free. That's what I was telling you about if you are unemployed, underemployed, or it says get the federal earned income tax. Hopefully we all just paid our taxes, so you all know what that is. Or if your wages are at or below 200% of the poverty level, and we have a link there for you to click. I want to walk through some of these for you so you can see what we have coming up. A lot of these classes are starting in May, but we can sort by start date if y'all wanted something to join quickly. So one of my favorites is right here on the top, salary negotiation. Salary negotiation, again, can be taken by anyone at any time. It doesn't have to be when you're ready for a salary negotiation. The tips you learn here, there are pieces in it that are going to apply to your job search. There are pieces in it that are going to apply to you negotiating your salary. It's really kind of up to you how to use the information, but it's really beneficial in just increasing your confidence and comfort in talking about yourself and selling yourself to potential employers, or in a situation where you have to advocate for yourself, like in performance appraisal time or with a salary negotiation. Okay, per usual, I have talked way too much and I only have 5 minutes left, so I'm going to go even faster. We've got LinkedIn Essentials here. That was the class that's one of our most popular ones, taught by an amazing instructor. And it really does help you understand, like, not only building your LinkedIn and kind of understanding its basic use, but setting you up for success so that you can use that LinkedIn account in different ways. We also have our job search, the resume class, interviewing. Here are the pathway class that's coming up. The next one is going to be Pathways to Engineering, offered on April 27th. The thing I want you to remember about that one is it's completely free. So that one doesn't matter if you qualify for the fee waiver or not. You can take that one. It's completely free for anyone. So definitely share this resource. I'll go ahead and give y'all a direct link to the courses that I'm talking about here in the chat, so you all can access those directly. But these anything that starts with pathways is completely free. Let's go on to our next one. You'll see here our career exploration courses that are starting a little later. Our EDT, which I love talking about, the electroneurodiagnostic technology program, because everyone says, what is that? And I say, well, you should take our course because that's where you're going to find that out and learn about that career field that is very targeted and a very solid career field because it takes very specific training to get into it. And there aren't that many training programs. So that's a great one to look at if you're thinking healthcare, but you don't really know which healthcare path is for you. Then you'll see we also offer other classes like Beat the Applicant Tracking System. If you've never heard about ATS and applicant tracking systems, I definitely want you to consider taking that class. That's how recruiters and employers scan your resume to make sure before a human even sees it, their computer system is going to scan it to make sure you fit their needs. You have the keywords they're looking for, the education they're looking for, and this can kind of help you understand those systems so that you can work around them. Also, if you just need a refresher on your computer skills, we have computer basics and digital skills for today's workforce. Those are kind of just refreshing your computer skills. Most of you seem to be okay online and in this Teams meeting today, so I don't know that you need those classes, but they're there if you want to share them with friends or family members as well. Okay, let me go back here to prospective students, and I want to show you, this is where you can also see our direct links to our pathway courses or that drop-in on a campus near you. There you'll see our drop-in services, and we'll update the schedule with our summer hours once this semester ends. And then back to Chance's question earlier, schedule an individual career exploration appointment is also here under prospective students. So you click this button and it will take you to our booking system and you can book an appointment to talk to somebody one-on-one. Again, the drop-in services will do the same service. So it's really for, I like to talk about these two, the drop-in and the one-on-one career exploration services, in the sense of, do you want to lead it? Like, are you prepared to lead the conversation, like in a one-to-one appointment? Or do you need more exploration? Like, are you really not ready to talk about it because you need to learn more? Then the drop-in is probably a better fit for you. Drop-in can serve any of those needs, but that one-to-one appointment, you really kind of have to come with what you want to talk about. You have to be ready to discuss something. Whereas if you just want to kind of talk through some assessments or explore a little bit more, the drop-in service might be a better fit for you. Okay, there are 2 minutes remaining. I'm not going to have time to show you one of my favorite tools, so I'll just highlight it here. It's called Career Coach. And I'm going to click on it. Career Coach is a great tool that Wake Tech provides completely free of charge to anyone who navigates to our website. It has loads of data on it about careers and how Wake Tech can get you in those careers, but it's a great starting point. Coming to our drop-in lab, taking one of our exploration courses, our pathway sessions would be those next steps. But if you're very eager to get assistance right now, then you can use Career Coach. All right, Darshana asked another great question in the chat. Is service open on Saturday? Yes, if you come here to your career exploration page. So again, Darshana, I did prospective students, and you go to schedule an individual career exploration appointment, we will have Saturdays available. So if you just book a online appointment here, like determine a major, take a career assessment, or clarify a career goal, you'll see that this Saturday, we've got loads of appointments available for you, or next Saturday. Lots of different appointments for you. So Saturdays are available. They probably are set to not book out past a certain date. Yeah, so that's why you wouldn't see them further, but they will repopulate when needed. And I'm so glad that that worked for you. And Darshana, a lot of our courses are also offered in the evening, so feel free to attend any of our exploration or pathway sessions or career job search series classes that are offered in the evening. They typically start around 6, so hopefully that's enough time. Okay, Rajani said, can I get information about the apprenticeship program? Is it available if we enroll in any non-degree programs? Rajani, that is such a wonderful question. And we did have a session on WakeWorks. I'm afraid it's being offered at the same time. I don't know if Samantha can verify that for me, or if Monica's still in here. She probably knows off the top of her head. All right, Samantha's coming in with the link. So Rajani, you can see that link right there below, and there are okay, and it is being offered right now at this time. So there is a session being offered for WakeWorks. They will be recorded though, so you can access those after this session, or probably in a couple days they'll be live, and you'll get the access point. You'll get the access links for those, but you can go to that website and see the information and find someone to contact. Okay, we are all done, and I don't want to keep anybody from going to their next session. So I just want to thank everyone for joining me today to learn how Wake Tech's Career Services can help you prepare for success here at Wake Tech. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Corey, for presenting as well.